Wong, and I'm going to take you on the streets of Hong Kong to show you some of the locations from John Woo's classic Hard Boiled. I'm standing here in Lan Kwai Fong, outside the California Entertainment Building. The second floor used to be the Hong Kong Jazz Club, and that's where we're first introduced to Chow Yun-fat's character, Tequila, and of course his partner, Bowie Lam, and John Woo, who plays the bartender. Incidentally, John Woo's character was so popular in America that they decided to make an action figure out of him.
So?
Pang says he's a triad. Beware, he's an undercover. Be very careful. If you speak to him, tell him there's no need to kill or be killed to crack a case. There's better ways.
In the mean streets of Wan Chai, this is the exterior for Club Superstar. You see it at the beginning of the film, and it's still standing here today, just like the one for Neptune. Then this scene is intercut with shots from the other side, Kowloon. The famous Temple Street New Gai, which is a night market that runs all the way from Yau Ma Tei to Mong Kok. Oh, and by the way, the Chinese title of the film is La Cao San Tang, which roughly translates to Spicy Hand, Smart Detective. Spicy Hand, Smart Detective. I think Hard Boiled is much better. At the opening scenes of Hard Boiled was shot here in Mong Kok, but it's been replaced with this huge complex mall, Langham Place. The tea house was called Wan Loi Dai Ta Lo, and it was a typical cha chang tang that the old folks would come to have dim sum and show off their pet birds, but that practice has been discontinued since avian flu. It took its name from the Chinese phrase Hak Chi Wan Loi, which means customers flowing non-stop. But it should have meant customers bleeding non-stop, because it is the setting for one of the most intense action sequences in John Woo's career. Now, the tea house itself was set to be demolished just 5 days after they completed the scene, and that's why he was allowed to blow the crap out of it. And the neighbors, they complained all night, but the police love John Woo movies, so they just let it go. The scene where the undercover officer is buried was shot here at the Stanley Military Cemetery. In fact, nobody's been buried here since World War II. And when a Hong Kong police officer dies on the line of duty, he's actually buried at another cemetery called Yalan Garden. Now, there's a famous deleted scene of Tequila playing the clarinet beside his friend's grave, but it was replaced instead with a shot of this inverted sword, which is the traditional symbol for a fallen comrade. This is the new Hong Kong Public Library, the one that replaces the one in which Tony Leung's character goes in to assassinate his target. Now, his target, Michael Dinga, he's been in several films, but actually, during the day, he was a Hong Kong gym manager.
Uncle Hoy wants to know why you betrayed him.
Listen, I didn't betray him, honestly.
Yeah, you did.
The sequence where Chow Yun-fat walks on the steps to the assassin is actually reminiscent of a scene from John Woo's earlier film, The Killer. And if you look very closely, the gun rests on a page from Twelfth Night by Shakespeare, which is also a tale of dual identity. Character lives on a yacht much like the ones behind me in this Hong Kong marina. Having a boat as a home reflects the temporary nature of his lifestyle, as well as his dreams for freedom. Now, when the marina gets stormed by all those hitmen, one of the gunmen is played by Lo Mang, who was actually a Shaw Brothers kung fu star, just like Kwok Chui, who plays Mad Dog and was the film's action director. Lo Mang now goes by the name Turbo Wang. Really. The police station scenes were actually shot in the office tower behind me. At the time, Golden Princess didn't have a movie studio, and Hong Kong police rarely offered to openly help filmmakers. To this day, companies still rent out their premises for that very purpose. Incidentally, Chow Yun-fat's partner was supposed to be played by Michelle Yeoh, but the role was rewritten and replaced with comedic actress Teresa Mo. This scene wins the award for best use of a Lionel Richie song ever.
Are you somewhere feeling lonely?
Or
someone's loving you?
Thank you. The scene where Tony Leung confronts his commanding officer, played by Philip Chan, was shot here on the roof of the Excelsior Hotel. It's actually very similar to a scene from Andrew Lau's film Infernal Affairs, in which Tony Leung also plays an undercover officer. Now, in real life, Philip Chan had been a police officer and was in fact in charge of undercover officers. So, there's an added weight to this scene.
What's up, don't trust me? You know I always deliver the goods, Superintendent.
It's a birthday. Forget? Present.
I had forgotten. So busy being a gangster. I don't know which me is real.
The film's lengthy finale was shot at the fictitious Maple Group Hospital, one of the few elements carried over from the original concept of the film, which involved a villain poisoning babies. The exterior was created here at this Coca-Cola bottling plant and was later used in the films Heroic Trio and Executioners. The scene where a weapon is hidden in a box of flowers later appears in T2, and John Woo himself reprises one of his own gunplay sequences in his first American film, Hard Target. Now, all of the gunplay sequences are sort of shoot-'em-up action video game style, and so it's not surprising that Hard Boiled has its own video game sequel named Stranglehold. This is the last film that John Woo shot before his move to Hollywood. It marks the end of an era for the heroic bloodshed genre, but it also took the Hong Kong gangster flick to new heights of drama and energy. Dragon Dynasty is proud to present the high-caliber gunplay epic that is Hard Boiled.